Really interesting question. How is artificial intelligence uh, actually shaping human creativity?
Hmm.
And we're getting specific, looking at its impact in, well, the absolutely critical field of climatology.
Right. It's a fascinating intersection. We're looking at an article that sort of digs into this relationship.
Yeah, is AI a partner, helping us think creatively about climate change? Or could it somehow limit the innovation we really need?
Exactly. That's the core tension.
So our mission here is to basically break down the key ideas from this source so you can get a handle on this dual nature of AI in such a vital area.
It makes you think, how can something based purely on data and algorithms either boost or maybe even stifle human ingenuity, especially for something like climate change?
It's a huge question. And what's interesting, as the source points out, is that AI isn't just theory here, is it? It's like actively being used now.
Oh, absolutely. It's already woven into how scientists simulate weather patterns, forecast future climate shifts, even how major policy decisions are informed.
So let's start with the upside. The article talks about AI enhancing creativity, right?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Well, its core strength is processing just vast amounts of data, way more than any human team could handle.
We're talking satellite data, sensors, historical records, everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
And AI can analyze all that and spot correlations, patterns, sometimes really subtle ones that might just get lost in the noise for humans.
Right. Like the source mentions AI helping predict,
Yeah.
say, hurricane intensity or paths much better.
Yeah.
That obviously helps with planning.
Exactly. Huge implications for disaster preparedness or spotting those big long-term climate trends across massive regions.
And by crunching all that data, it frees up the scientists.
Precisely. It lets the human experts step back and focus their brain power on the truly creative stuff, like brainstorming new mitigation techniques or designing sustainable infrastructure maybe we haven't even conceived of yet.
Okay, so it handles the heavy lifting on data analysis. What about modeling?
Yeah, that's another big one. Earth's climate system is incredibly complex. Traditional models struggle, but AI, especially with machine learning,
Where it learns from patterns.
right, it can constantly refine predictions, simulate a much wider range of possible future outcomes. This lets researchers explore what-if scenarios much faster.
So testing out potential strategies, like, I don't know, geoengineering ideas or planning energy for a smart city.
Exactly, those kinds of things. It lets you test innovative, maybe even controversial ideas in a simulation first.
And the article mentioned personalized solutions, too. How does that fit?
Yeah, by analyzing really localized data, hyperlocal, even AI can help experts tailor strategies. Maybe finding the optimal spot for renewables in one specific valley or identifying urban heat islands block by block.
So it pushes experts beyond just general ideas.
Definitely. It forces a kind of data-driven specificity that can spark really innovative thinking about unique local challenges. It's almost like a collaborator, visualizing data in new ways, offering simulations that prompt fresh thinking.
Okay, that sounds, yeah, incredibly powerful, a real analytical partner. But does the article raise flags? Are there downsides to relying on it so much?
Absolutely. Huge benefits, but there are definite concerns raised about, over-reliance, potentially stifling innovation down the line.
How so?
Well, think about it. If AI algorithms are trained mostly on past data, on existing patterns, the article points out their approach might become a bit narrow.
Limited by what it's already seen.
Kind of. In climatology, depending too heavily on these models could mean the solutions they suggest are, well, constrained by historical data. It might overlook truly radical, outside-the-box ideas needed for challenges we haven't faced before.
That makes sense. If you only learn from history, you might struggle when the future looks totally different.
Precisely. And then there's the maybe more subtle worry about the human element, the loss of intuition, perhaps. AI processes data incredibly well, but it doesn't understand ethics or social context or cultural values, right? And climate solutions are deeply tied to those things. They require balancing the science with what's fair, what's acceptable to society. That needs human judgment, human creativity.
And what about jobs? Does it touch on displacement?
It does touch on the practical side, how automation affects the human role. While AI automates analysis, the need for human oversight, and critically, human creativity in dreaming up entirely new solutions. That's still essential. Automating too much, too fast could maybe reduce opportunities for that kind of creative exploration.
And bias. That's always a concern with AI.
A major one. If the data AI learns from is biased, maybe it underrepresents certain regions or factors, then its results will be skewed. Human involvement is crucial for bringing in diverse perspectives and catching those blind spots.
Okay, so pulling this all together, why does this matter directly to you, the listener?
Well, simply put, climate change impacts everyone. It's a global challenge.
So understanding how the tools we're building to fight it, like AI, affect the very creativity we need for solutions,
Yeah,
that's vital for all of us, isn't it?
absolutely.
So, to sum up, AI offers this incredible potential. It can seriously amplify our creative capacity in climatology with its data analysis, modeling, simulations.
But as the source discusses, there are real risks. Over-reliance limiting our thinking, the potential loss of that crucial human intuition, bias in the systems. We have to be careful.
Right. The clear takeaway seems to be that AI should be seen as a powerful complement to human creativity here.
Yeah.
Definitely not a replacement.
Exactly. Leveraging its strengths while actively nurturing human ingenuity and ensuring an ethical oversight, that seems to be the key.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you to chew on as you look at the world. If AI is really good at analyzing patterns and proposing solutions based on what is or what has been, how do we make sure we preserve and even grow that uniquely human ability for truly novel, imaginative, maybe even ethically challenging ideas about what could be?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it? Something to think about.